People ask, what's the best kind of wood to burn in the fireplace? And I'll get to that in a minute, but it's amazing how each type of wood is different. You know, if you cut down a poplar tree or an oak tree, or all types of trees are different. They smell different. They taste different when you cook with it. Not only that, you know, different types of land are different. When you go out west, there's mountains. There's flat lands. The creation is a marvelous thing. But the prize of creation is not the man, it's not the mountains, it's not the flat land, it's man. In the Bible, when it says God created man, it said he formed him. Every other part of creation, he spoke. But when it got to man, it said he formed him. Now, we're talking about wood. There's many different types of wood. You know, hickory is a good burning wood. A lot of people like to cook with hickory. I personally don't like hickory as much. Several years ago, we were cooking hot dogs on a fire pit, and we had some pine that had been sitting around, and so I just decided to burn it on that fire pit. And that was the nastiest hot dog I'd ever eaten. So wood does make a difference. So I guess you need to determine, when you're talking about the best type of firewood, what are you using it for? If you're using it for a fireplace, if you're using it for a fire pit, you want to figure out which one you like to taste the best. You know, I read an article that said white oak had a sweet taste like Kentucky bourbon. You know, that's what they use in the to make for whiskey barrels, is white oak. And I don't know about that, but I do know that white oak, which is what we're cutting here today, is a very good burning wood. I've gone to work before with white oak on there from the night before, and I still have a hot fire or some hot coals when I get back from work, so I always like that. It needs to be dried though. White oak has to be dry. I won't hardly burn at all. But if you look at the list of rankings of wood, oak is at the top. And a lot from the ones I've seen, the articles I've seen, white oak is at the top of the top. So I like white oak. It's also a good wood for woodworkers. But we don't use good wood for firewood. We use the limbs and things like that. The other we cut up for lumber. Now most wood without any knots in it, this wood's pretty easy to split. When I'm having trouble, that's because somewhere there's a knot in there. See a knot right there. If you got a knot in your wood, it's going to be trouble a little bit. But if you, a lot of times, the wood will split around it. So if you're looking for a good wood to cook with and to burn in the fireplace, white oak is a good choice. And they say red oak's good too. I kind of like hickory to cook with, but it's a matter of preference for some.